On today's episode of Anime Afterthought Black Clover episode 144, Those Who Wish to Destroy Devils. At least to me, judging how we left off last week's episode, it seems that we're getting towards the end, the climax of this anime-only original little mini arc. I mean, Dazu, the focal point of this arc, is now literally standing face to face with Yami and Finral. And it's really only a matter of time before Yami finds out where Sekre and Marie have been taken. Like I said, I'm thoroughly enjoying this arc. It's a staggering, realistic look of the aftermath caused by one of these great wars, these great battles we see in your typical shonen, from the point of your average citizen. The background players, the NPCs, the no-name casualties that usually fall victim when these epic battles take place. And not to mention, they're using this arc to once again showcase the bigotry, the hierarchy, this discrimination against quote-unquote peasants. Yes, I understand that the Clover capital is the shining jewel of this country, the home of its governing body, and it most definitely had its fair share of destruction. But it's as if not a single other thought was given to the common or the Forsaken realm. And with its villagers left in that state, we've seen them turn to stealing as well as creating these underground factions, this cult slash militia bent on seeking revenge. But what am I looking forward to the most? Actually, I want to find out what the fuck the husband said to Dazu. Like, they're basically on his deathbed, his last statement thrown out into the world to his wife. Whatever he said was enough to literally shock her. So, I mean, I'm curious. I'm hooked. I'm hooked on that thing alone. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump right in. Ah, get a little flashback, eh? Oh, you're gonna tease me with not saying it still? See, that scene though kind of painted in a different light, but yes, I'm part of that group. See, that's a weird like situation right there. Like, Finro went to like making excuses, Yami just straight up apologized, but in the end yes, they're supposed to be the protectors, but wow, she's really working. You're making it worse, Gordon. Oh, I feel so bad for him. You give the nicest guy one of the creepiest designs. He is designed after Marilyn Manson, right? That was the thing. Oh, she's running into all the Black Bulls. Uh-oh. Underhanded? You fucking kidnap girls. Fuck you. Fuck you. Nah, it's probably a fucking decoy. Oh, Finral, I'm so sorry. Well, now he's been to the town, so he can easily get back if they need to. Alright, that's just fucking sick. Yeah, I had a feeling they were gonna try to lure him out. I mean, you obviously know they're not thinking this plan through very well. Still sending me fucking mixed signals. Is this just a, one person confronting another, or is this some kind of romantic embrace? Is that a callback to last week's Petite Clover with Yami? You seriously gonna argue with Captain Yami? You should know better by now. I really am surprised he doesn't have brain damage at this point, though. At least he's owning up to it. Oh, so it's more than just Kabwe. That's a fucked up way to put it, though. Like, oh, she's useful for us, so I guess we're gonna have to save her. So if she wasn't, you just say, fuck her? That's a fucked up way to put it, though. Like, oh, she's useful for us, so I guess we're gonna have to save her. Yep, I called it. He wants an actual execution rather than assassination. Oh, don't tell me that's how you're gonna end it. Oh, you sumbitch. Like I said, give me another Vicky Blanca opening, and then give me a Kajiwara opening, and I'll be happy. Yeah, judging by that preview, I'm 99.9% sure that Asa will come swooping in to save the day, probably much to the dismay of the other Black Bulls that we see hiding in wait. But yeah, I mean, this is basically, I kind of called it. I mean, they want to prove a point. They want to put on a display, put on a grand spectacle. This is not a murder. This is not assassination. This is execution. This is justifiable homicide. This is the citizens standing up for themselves against the devil. Well, like I said, since day fucking one. This is all based off the premise that is false. Asta is like the one guy in this entire fucking series that literally has the backs of the peasants, those with or without magic, people, infused by curses or elves, or, I mean, he literally wants to save fucking everyone. And if he could, he would have saved them. I mean, let's put it out there. But no, he had to save Haj. Then he went on to literally fight the elves and literally destroy the fucking devil. So, I mean, our man's plate was full. But I absolutely find it hysterical. While they were in this little basement spewing out their fucking rhetoric about this fake justice, they had the gall to say, oh, from now on, we'll be the ones that protect and, hand out punishment. Yeah. Let's see how you fucking handle it when a bunch of your fellow soldiers and your devil banishers will, like, let's say 75% of them get possessed by fucking elves whose powers skyrocket, and you'd be dead like a motherfucker. Let's put it like that. You're not saving anybody. Now, I'm not gonna deny the fact that the entire country was ravaged by what happened during the elf invasion arc. Let's not deny that. And there is some kind of ineptitude when it comes to the Magic Knights. Having everyone coalesce in the capital maybe is not the best idea. But to put the blame solely on their shoulders, that's why I laugh so hard. If you were in the same fucking position, you would do even worse. The country would literally have been destroyed by now. The other thing I want to call out is the mixed messages in this episode about Dazu. So since her introduction, we see her interact with Bo, the older female doctor. Resting her head on her shoulder, yes, I could maybe take that as a sign of she's comforting her, because as we can clearly see, it's supposed to be some kind of abusive or neglectful or just bad relationship between her husband, and I guess the mother-in-law. But in today's episode, they want to flip the script. We get this nice little flashback between her and the husband meeting. I'm assuming at this point that that's just a red herring, as we see most abusive relationships. So, we used to be so in love. Maybe that's what they're showing. But what I can't figure out is the true intent. What's they're trying to portray between the relationship between Bo and Dazo. As we see, their conversation in the hideout was, at least to me, beyond simple comforting. That was an embrace, a romantic embrace. And couple those with the words they're actually saying, like, my life would be nothing without you. Like, I think there's more going on. Like, you guys said it's probably not that, but you know what? My radar was just, throwing out them signals like crazy. So I want to see what's going on with there. Once again, we still don't know what the husband said to her with his dying breath. Like, I don't know what the hell he said that shocked her so. But yeah, I called the rest of it. I knew they were gonna put on some grand display, some kind of spectacle. As soon as we heard them, put their bodies on display, and I was like, fucking, I got like Game of Thrones flashback to Ned Stark's head. That's macabre, that's dark. But we all know that's not gonna fucking happen. We know, at least we would hope so, based on what we've seen so far, that this is a righteous anime, this is a righteous story. The innocent should prevail. Yeah, though, I'm seeing Asta coming in to save the day. I mean, they're calling for his head. They're obviously using this as a lure, and their Magic Knights are not dumb. They're well aware of their goal is to probably kill Asta. Even so, even knowing this, do you really think he's gonna sit idly by as his friends are put to death? No, that's not who he is. That's not who our hero is. So yeah, next week, will this be the resolution? Maybe. I don't know if there's gonna be some lingering afterthought conclusion in episode 146 maybe, but this looks like it's going to be the climax. And like I said, I expect to see either Asta coming in to save the day, or throwing his hands up like, hey, if you spare them, you can take me, because that's the kind of dude he is. That's the kind of hero he is. That's what I've come to expect from my main man Asta. Anyways, I thoroughly enjoyed today's episode. Like I said, this anime original arc is it's super real, and it's shining a light. It's highlighting these neglected collateral damage you usually get in these main shonen. I like it. These characters are deep, they're complex, and they actually feel like they exist. Anyways, with all that being said, and Black Clover, Black Clover's Black Clover. I don't even know how to end these anymore. Black Clover's awesome. So with all that being said, I honestly cannot wait for future episodes.